Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Jasur from Shanghai Silk Road. In this video, I'd like to answer a couple of questions that I received from one of our viewers on YouTube. So he sent us very interesting questions. So I'm going to answer them one by one. All of them are related to doing business in China. So let me start from the first one. All right, number one is I want to start a company in China. I read all the information on your website. So the first question is, what other taxes will I be paying other than income tax and social security? All right, so when you start a company in China, there are a bunch of taxes that you have to consider. By the way, we did a video with my accountant, with my previous accountant actually, and that was like last year. And we talked about all the taxes that you will be facing when you form a company in China. So if you want detailed information on that, you can look that up. Okay, look that video up and then watch and get all the information there. But generally speaking, W4E is going to pay, number one, corporate tax, and you need to pay VAT, value added tax, and company is going to pay for your personal income tax. Okay, that's going to be deducted from your salary. And then last one is social security. Now, this social security part, I need to mention that it's different in different provinces. Okay, for example, in Shanghai, participating in social security for foreigners is entirely optional. It's not mandatory. All right. In some parts of China, it might be mandatory. So it really depends where you want to register your company. Okay. So if it's in Shanghai, you don't have to really pay social security. And personal income tax, it's a must. You have to pay, and also corporate tax. But again, for the corporate tax and personal income tax, there are like different rates based on the amount. Okay, in case of corporate tax, it's based on the amount of the net profit. Okay, and also for the income tax, it's based on the amount of your salary. All right, so how it's calculated and how much percentage is applied in different cases, please go and check our previous video on taxes. So that's going to be much useful because I have the accountant there with me. Okay, I'm not an accountant. I don't want to give you wrong information on calculations. Number two, do I need to pay taxes on the office I will rent to stock my products and work from? If yes, how much per month? All right, you don't have to pay any taxes on your rented office. Okay, but there are some minor taxes for property, and that your accountant is going to tell you. Okay, but the amount for the property is not that large actually. I know that our accountant gave us the amount, and I saw that it's really minimal. All right, so do I need to pay tax on the apartment I will rent to live in? That's also very interesting. No, you don't have to. There's no tax when you rent an apartment in China. Next, what is the minimum salary that I have to declare, given the fact that I am my own boss and I want to save as much as money possible to grow my business? Well, there's no like specific requirement in terms of salary in the law, I mean, but of course, when it comes to foreigners running company and they sponsor themselves work visa, there are like practical recommendations from the local government, specifically immigration office. Okay, so when we talk about the amount of salary, you have to really consider the average salary of the city where you will apply for visa. Okay, under your own company. For example, if it's in Shanghai and if it's in downtown area of Shanghai, average living expense for a foreigner is around 12,000 yuan a month. Okay, every month. and salary as well. So that's the reason why, average salary for a foreigner is around 10,000, 12,000 yuan a month. So if it's less than that, the immigration might question you, okay, might ask you, how are you living if your salary is only 5,000 yuan? So you have to be ready to answer and justify and explain how you are living basically on a lesser budget. So that's why I cannot be telling you, I cannot give you exact amount, because it really depends. If you live in Songjiang area of Shanghai, for example, the expenses are lower. Okay, and obviously the salaries are much lower than in downtown area of Shanghai as well. So that's why. Or talking about different cities, for example, take Wuhan, where this coronavirus, started from. So in those cities, living expenses are much lower than in Shanghai, for example. Average salary therefore in Wuhan might be like 5, 6, 7,000 for a foreigner. Where in Shanghai it's between 10 and 12,000 a month. So you have to really consider different factors for it. But once again, there's no specific requirement in the law. Now, the next question is, can you help me hire an English-speaking Chinese to help me run the shop? Well, this particular person is interested in opening a Taobao store, so that's why they say shop. Well, our company do not have a hiring service, but we will be happy to link you with one of our partners, basically, if you become our client. So. And if yes, what should be her approximate salary? Well, for Chinese staff, I can tell from from our own experience, if a person is qualified and is able to speak English like you want and comes with international experience, maybe their salary is going to be approximately the same amount, like between, let's say, 8 to 10,000 yuan a month. Okay, if of course it's just a graduate, you can require them to speak some English, and without any experience, that salary might be lower than 8,000. So you can target maybe between 5 and 6,000 yuan. All right, for such employee. Now, last question. What is the difference between registered office and private office in your PDF file? Okay, registered office is where the company is registered. It can be different from your office, physical office space, right? So you can maybe, contact different like regions. There are different economic zones in Shanghai. We can also, provide a couple of options for you. We work with several of them. And that can just be a place where we register the company. Okay, it's the same thing, same logic in most of the countries, basically. For example, if you are familiar with Hong Kong companies, so the same thing, like you have the registered office, and you can have the same office for a physical office space as well, or you can have your physical office space elsewhere. So same thing in China, you can have your company registered in one place, just registered. It's not physical, it's just a virtual thing, just an address. But because there are some different regions, they just promote themselves as different economic zones because they offer you different kind of benefits. Okay, because of the local government, they want to attract foreign direct investment, so they want you to go there to register your company, and then in the same building they might offer you a physical office space as well. So, or they might give you some different, buildings, maybe you can rent. So that's the thing. If you need a registered office, that's very easy in China, but private office is required by a bank, tax office, and also, immigration office for visa. So private office is basically the thing that is a physical office where you go every day and work, or you put your stuff there so that they can operate, they can run the company. In my case, do I need both? Okay, yeah, so last question is also related to this, physical office and registered office. Yes, definitely you need. So I mentioned this thing many times in the different videos. I say we stay away from virtual offices because it's really hard to work with. Okay, so 100% of our clients, they have both registered office. Sometimes it's the same office where they have their staff, or even if they don't have their staff, it's just that specific office belongs to them because of, again, bank and tax office purposes, even though they don't have any presence here. And the registered office might be, like I said, different from their physical office. So it's really up to you, and down to the costs as well. So if you need more details, you can always contact us, and we will be happy to discuss the options available. Okay, so if you're, like, for example, aiming at lowering your costs and staying in your own country and controlling your business from distance, the costs are going to be much lower. Of course, if you want to be located in China, then the costs are going to be like standard, okay, average costs here in Shanghai. So yeah, it's better to discuss. Give us a call. If you're in China, you can add us on WeChat. The number is going to be on the screen, so you can quickly add on WeChat, and then we can schedule an appointment, meet in person, and discuss all the options in detail. So okay, guys, with that, I'm going to finish this video. And so yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to contact. Leave in the comment section below, and I will be glad to discuss them as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.